Welcome to the Africa Fintech Summit. The Africa Fintech Summit was founded in 2017 with the mission to strengthen Africa's emerging financial technology industry. We have hosted events in Lagos, Nigeria, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Cairo, Egypt, Washington, D.C., Cape Town, South Africa, Lusaka, Zambia, and even a fully virtual summit during the pandemic. As we have grown, so has Africa's fintech industry. Catching up with the co-founder, lead organizer, and marketing director of AFTS, we learn more about the monumental changes fintechs in Africa have undergone since 2017, and even where they're going in the future.
When we started the Africa Fintech Summit in 2017, we have the goal of, a dual goal of educating the investing world about the African opportunity, one. Second, we providing access, visibility, and opportunity to the early stage African fintech startups. A, they can be discovered by the global accelerators and investors, and B, they can form partnership collaborations with the various stakeholders, including the policymakers, so that they can grow in the future. In 2017, when we started, some of the current successful African fintechs were early stage. And we're very much happy actually showing some of those early stage startups. When we started as well, most of the African fintech investment, actually venture capital, venture capital investment used to come from Europe. Because we're having our summit annually twice, once in Washington, D.C. every April, and we also take the investing community to our African leg of the summit every November. Through the years, if you look 2021 and 2022, 78% of the Africa venture capital tech investment came from the US. And we believe partly is because of some of the narrative we've been pointing out to the African investment opportunity, and also some of the opportunities we're bringing to the American investors.
One of the many ways AFTS highlights opportunities on the continent is with its Alpha Expo Micro Accelerator Program. Andrew Barden, the lead organizer and content director of AFTS, tells us a little bit more about the Alpha Expo program and its impact on the continent.
When we were founded in 2017, we started the Alpha Expo program largely because many early stage startups did not have the capital and financing to participate in international conferences. This is when we started the Alpha Expo, and since then, over 200 million US dollars have been raised by participants of the Alpha Expo program, and some of our alumni include the likes of Yellow Card, Piggy Vest, Market Force, and many others.
Yeah, I'm Chris. I run Yellow Card. We're the largest crypto exchange on the African continent. We operate in 16 countries, serve businesses of all sizes with treasury management, things like that, stable coins, Bitcoin, all that fun stuff. And I'm here because I would never miss it. This is the best conference in the world, let me tell you.
So I'm Naila Lamariam. I am Choppa's co-founder and CEO. Choppa is an online payment gateway that basically enables businesses, MSMEs, and corporates to accept online payments from anyone and anywhere in the world. So we are basically the Stripe of East Africa, and mainly we are starting in Ethiopia.
The winner of the 2023 Africa Fintech Summit New Venture Competition is Daba! Congratulations! Boom! Please come onto the stage.
Beyond the main stage of the Africa Fintech Summit, many impactful moments come to life. Whether at roundtables, during networking sessions, or even during coffee breaks, magic happens. Let's hear from Zacharias about some of these standout moments that have happened over
We
the
also
years.
have helped collaboration between African startups and African policymakers. For example, in 2021, we had a private roundtable of the Egyptian and the DRC Central Bank team. As a result, Egyptian Central Bank team is now supporting DRC team in producing sandbox strategies. To add one other private sector partnership in 2019 again, we have Kenya's Africa's Talking attending our summit, meeting Amole and forming partnership to enable Amole switch its digital banking fintech products to Telegram, which is the largest social media platform in Ethiopia, and as a result, actually adopting millions of users in a couple of months. So these are some of the success stories we mentioned.
At the Africa Fintech Summit, we believe stories truly matter. They shine a light on the innovators from across the continent and their groundbreaking innovations. Join Charles, our lead marketing director, as he highlights the importance of curating conversations, not just during the summit, but all year round.
Curating the stories of thousands of fintech startups in Africa can be backbreaking, right? And so what we've pretty much done from the beginning of this has been to say, hey, a lot is happening on the continent around payments, digital innovation, and everything else in between. But none of it is getting global attention, right? And so we decided that we were going to take it upon ourselves to pretty much put a spotlight, right? And be the largest voice, owning conversations around payments, digital infrastructure, right? And everything else in between, actually. And so what has that looked like? It's been, like I said, exciting because you are working to pretty much capture all these ambitious stories, right? And that has been very rewarding actually for us as a business, yes.
With its deep roots in the industry, the Africa Fintech Summit stands in a privileged position to foresee the trajectory of its future. Given this vantage point, we turn back to Zacharias to share his predictions about the next chapter in Africa's fintech journey.
When we started, we can see fintech is going to be big in the continent because of the financially excluded population. But we also knew that it's just producing that payment rail, that payment infrastructure upon each other startups can build on. For example, last year, our theme was the Africanization of global tech because the African fintech ecosystem is maturing and going global. So we have global African startups going global. We have Flutterwave going global. We have MFS Africa actually acquiring American company. You have Time Bank from South Africa, for example, now being one of the biggest digital banking providers in Asia. So one of the things we continue to see is that African fintechs are not only resolving African problems back home, but they are going global.
Funding for startups has more than doubled in the first 6 months of this year, with over 640 tech hubs in operation.
The tech sector attracted a record $5 billion, more than the total amount raised in the previous 3 years combined.
But why are African tech startups seeing this boom when others around the world aren't?
Now we're talking about African fintechs layering that infrastructure, and we have additional startups coming to play. You have AirTech, we have e-commerce. The COVID pandemic has shown us that actually e-commerce could not flourish if they don't have the basic tenets of payment infrastructure. Once you have that, you have healthcare, health tech startup, e-commerce, AirTech, trade tech, investment, all those opportunities will come. And as we are also becoming more sustainability and climate conscious, I think climate tech will be the future, and African fintechs will either pivot to, add a platform, or will accelerate sustainability and climate tech investment in Africa.
So as the industry continues to grow and evolve, how will AFTS change its narrative accordingly?
5 years ago, we were talking about the Africa opportunity. Now, any investor understands that missing out investing in Africa is to their loss. So we don't need to actually sing that praise, so to speak, about Africa investing opportunity. Now we see African companies going global. We're talking about it. In the future, we'll be talking about last mile and impactful fintech solutions. We are also going to showcase investment exit opportunities. Yes, the African fintech opportunity has provided investment opportunity for the global investors. What exit opportunities are there? The future M&A transactions, the IPOs, and the globalization of African fintech. I think that will be the theme which we'll be focusing in the coming years.
So as we look into the future, where is the next Africa Fintech Summit going to be held?
We're excited to be hosting 2024's 11th edition of the Africa Fintech Summit here in Nairobi, Kenya. So allow me to be the first to say, Karibu Kenya.
AFTS, we've specialized in doing, one big single day event. I think we're gonna spread this out simply due to demand, and after each summit, we take surveys from all of our delegates, and that's one of the things they mention. They're like, conversations are great, networking's great, but we need more time to do it in. So I think that's what we're gonna be doing in Nairobi, and we're already working with many great partners there, including the Kenya Bankers Association and others. So super excited for Nairobi.